Stories are about children, young and old. My name is Osadumebi, and every week I usually tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. But this is Series Week, where I tell you a story over the course of 2 to 7 consecutive days. Basically, however long it takes to complete the story. Series Week will occur once a quarter, and the stories featured will still be written by Nigerian writers and authors, but will either consist of a sequence of related episodes from one story or a set of stories linked by a common theme. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, today's story is by Joshua Owolabi, and it's one from the Lagos Uber Stories collection, and it's titled, Take Care of Your Mother. Listen in tomorrow for another story in the collection. It was Children's Day, and as usual, my mom called me very early in the morning to wish me, her favorite son, Happy Children's Day. When I say I am her favorite son, it is zero cap. And you don't have to put the blame on me like Akon. It's funny how my siblings go for the jugular each time I rub it in. I have loved every bit of the heat. I always tell them to take it to court if they're unhappy about the fact. Just like the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood, told Nigerian political parties at one election, we don't play fair here. Anyway, I decided to fulfill a year-long promise to visit one of my friends who owns a hair store on the mainland. Year-long promise. Sounds pretty bad, Abi. I am working hard to improve. See, I am not a bad person. I am just lazy. And going out is the least of my hobbies. Except if I'm getting paid for it. Someone once called it social anxiety. But I firmly believe that I don't have any anxiety. It is laziness at the best. The thing is, if I have to be outside on the 30th of November, I have to start planning towards it from the 30th of October, or else my mind will not go with me on the day. I am sure I am not the only person on this table. It feels so weird to be washing my dirty linen outside like this. But then you have to wash where there is sun to dry the laundry quickly so you can pack them inside. Anyway, back to the story. I dressed up comfortably and I ordered an Uber. The driver the trip was matched to was a middle-aged man in his 50s. It's funny how I find it easier to guess the age range of the drivers through their display pictures in the app than when I actually see them in person. He soon came and we headed out. We were navigating our way out of my street when he suddenly said, Happy Children's Day. I laughed and he laughed too. The Agbero in me wanted to say, Children's Day Bawo, but I guess the laugh did that. I think he caught the sarcasm in the laughter because he went ahead to ask, Oh, are you not a child anymore? Ah, of course, I am a child, though. I am still very much a child, I replied. He nodded and said he was also a child, at least from his parents' point of view. So, as he wished his children on the day, his parents returned the favor. I found this funny, considering how old I thought he was, and I chuckled as the scene where his father called to wish him Happy Children's Day played out in my mind. Phone rings. He looks at his phone. It's his father. Smiling, he presses the green button on the display. Happy Children's Day, my son, his father would say. Ah, Baba, thank you, he would reply. The audio that follows this in my head is that one that says, 70-year-old man. But seriously speaking, maybe my mom was right after all. While growing up, whenever I did something wrong or she suspected I was about to do something funny, she would correct me. And sometimes I fought back. Then she would always say, "Whoa, let me tell you, a child, no matter how big they grow, there will always be a child to his mother." I like it better when she says it in Yoruba. Wo, jẹ́ kí n sọ fún ẹ, ọmọ ẹni ò lè dàgbà títí, ọmọ ló ṣì máa jẹ́ fún ìyá ẹ̀. I was still reminiscing when the man's voice brought me back to our conversation. You know, my father married 21 wives in my hometown. He is over 70 years now and he is still very much living the life. Wait, what? I screamed in my head as several questions and thoughts started bubbling over in my mind. 21 wives. Is he a king or something? Because 21 is 4 short of 24. Like 24 women under one roof. How? He must be a superman. I finally asked him how his father managed that large number of women. He doesn't see it as anything, no. He married number 21 only 6 months ago. My driver continued to explain. And then my father now said to me, "That is your stepmother." In my head, I was thinking, which stepmother? Someone that is age mates with my first daughter. I was confused. So I asked, "Did you go to the wedding?" Eh? What am I looking for there? With what this country is saying right now, well, I faced my Uber squarely. I had to ask more questions. Sorry, but are they all living under the same roof? You know that this life is very funny. Left to my father, all of them will be living under the one roof. But then, my mother told me when I was 10 years old that me, if I wanted to make it in life, that I had to leave Ilorin. And this is the funny part. I did not even ask where to go from my mother. I just left for Lagos to stay with an uncle of mine. My job with him was to wash his cars and open the gate when he went to work in the morning and when he came back at night. So, a mini gate man, if that's what you will call it. But those were the experiences that shaped me and made me a man. My uncle did not send me to school. He had no reason to. I only wanted a place to lay my head. And this couch was the answer to that prayer. The next time I saw my mother, I was already married to my wife. And our first child was with us. I don't understand. Did you not invite your mom and family to your wedding? I asked. Wedding? Ha. We didn't have any wedding. It was more like an agreement between me and my wife. We loved each other and we could not wait for money before getting married. So we agreed to start living together. But I still have plans to get married to her properly. Even if we get to do it when we are in our 90s. But I hope it does not get to that point, Sha. He said, laughing. Oh, cool. At least there's a plan to have a wedding in the future. See, this has always been my advice to the boys. The love of a mother is different from the love of your wife. You do not allow them to see each other as enemies. Some of my customers are women. Sometimes we shout if they want to. The pressure nowadays is above the sky. And if you don't work hard as a guy, you might not find what you are looking for. You are a young man, and I am sure that you can testify. I could not testify to this particular one, I said silently to myself. But I nodded outwardly, acknowledging his words. Nowadays, a woman wants you to buy everything, from clothes to shoes to hair. I don't even fault them. Women deserve to be taken care of. But my own is, if your man has, then yes. If he does not have, well, it is your duty as a woman to ask yourself whether that man is what you are looking for at that time, or if he is a man for the future. But many want to enjoy the future today. And these boys, they will be doing anything to satisfy these women. It's now an identity. They have nothing to offer than, I have money, let me take care of you. No substance. This life is finished. Shine good, no be lie. But that is only possible with somebody who is buying the bulb. Abi no be so? That's why they wish say these women will stay with the shine boys who can sponsor their lifestyle, instead of expecting someone who barely makes enough for himself to give them that kind of life. He cannot. He knows it. And I know that she knows it too. Still, the both of them will not come outside to tell each other the truth, because she, as a woman, does not want the guy to see her as a gold digger. And the guy too does not want to lose the opportunity to be with a woman that satisfies his urge amongst other things. Life now 50-50. Ojoro don't cancel. He paused his narrative briefly as he alternated between blaring his horn and making gestures with his right hand as he shouted at a Danfo driver who was being foolish. All these nonsense Danfo drivers driving anyhow. I beg you. What was I saying? That is why they always advise boys to send that 5K, that 2K that these girls do not appreciate. They should take it and send it to their mother. Nothing is too small to gift to your mother. When you make more, you can gift all the women in your life. But you see, your mother, she will receive an alert of 5,000 naira and she will immediately pray for you straight from her heart. Who do you want to give 5K to today that will not call you a joke with this type of economy that we have in our Nigeria today? Waiting that old man call him again. Is it for Gary? Is it for Eba? I don't know, I added. He laughed and continued. Okay, look at you now. Your mother called you to wish you Happy Children's Day. I am sure that you have sent her some money to celebrate the day. And then she will call you on your birthday to wish you well. And you will still have to shake your body for her. She will not miss the Easter Day celebration or the Christmas Day. She has worked hard to take care of you and help you become what you have become, so she can relax and enjoy the fruit of her labor. At this point, I knew these elderly folks had a manual they all had access to, because my mom had done exactly what he was describing that morning. Let me give you small advice. Do not let anyone disrespect your hustle because of a certain standard that they have in their head. Above all, there are some women that you should learn not to move with. Ha. It's not like there is a problem if you do. There is no problem at all. It's just that they are not your bucket size. And if you manage to cut your coat according to your size and it still does not fit, then send that coat to your mother. There is no how, it will surely fit her. I knew that comment had nothing to do with coats or sizes. We enjoyed the rest of the trip in comfortable silence. We soon arrived at my destination. I paid him his fare, thanked him for the ride and conversation, and then headed to my friend's hair shop. Joshua Owolabi is a writer who resides in the United Kingdom. He is a content marketing manager for tech and non-tech companies. You can read more of his work on Medium at Joshua Owolabi and connect with him on X at This Is Ayomi. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, send an email to info@osadumebi.com or send me a message at Osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and tell someone, everyone, that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.